Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Wild Digest. I'm Scott, and this is going to be a little bit of an off the cuff type of check in. Usually, I actually give these things some thought. I don't know, maybe it doesn't seem like it, but I usually at least come into them with some structure in mind on what I want to talk about, what I want to show off. I don't really have much of that, but I've been away for like a week and a half, and I felt, I don't know, I felt like I was obligated to at least post something to check in, sort of a proof of life video, and I'll go over a little bit about what I was doing while I was away, and yeah, kind of get you lined up for some stuff that's coming down the pike. So, just FYI, I do have a box of stuff coming to me from back east where I was vacationing. I shipped a box back rather than try to squeeze it into our suitcases. And there's some stuff in that box that I do want to talk about and show you when it arrives, but it's not going to be here till tomorrow, Friday as I record this. It's Thursday. It's Thursday now, but it'll be Friday when the box shows up. But I am going to visit a couple of my favorite bookshops tomorrow, and I'm sure I'll have some cool stuff to show you from that visit. And I'll just sort of mix everything together and dip into that box that's coming, and also show you some of the stuff from what will probably be a very minor haul. But we'll see. Who knows? Anyway, I did write down, I do have some scrabbly notes here. I'm not going to show you my notes. My notes make no sense to anyone other than me, so it's not even worth it. Okay, first step. First things first. While I was away, I did bring some middle grade horror books to read. I've been telling you all along I've been reading some of those for something. And I did read 3 while I was on vacation. Of course, which ones did I read? I know I read a Goosebumps. Did I read a Goosebumps? No, I read a Bone Chillers. I read another Graveyard School. And crap. Oh, and a Shivers book. Of the 3, the Bone Chillers book was actually really damn good. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that when it gets back into my hands and I can show it to you. I was actually quite surprised at how good it was. But that was a lot of fun. I'm currently reading another one. Which one is it? Am I reading Bone Chillers? No, I'm reading a Dead Time Stories right now. And that one's a little clunky, but I'm enjoying it all the same. All right, so that's sort of a middle grade catch up. What else? These are all specific to the trip. All right, well, let me tell you a little bit about what I was doing. So I did preface this trip in previous videos, told you a little bit about what I was going to be doing, but I'll fill in some gaps. Our trip started out in my old hometown of Rochester, New York. Now, this is a funny thing, because only since I got back did I realize that Paul from Geeks Love Dogs, Paul, right? Yeah, Paul, is in Rochester. I did not know this. It's my old hometown. I was visiting family. Had I known that, I'm sure the two of us would have gotten together. But Paul, I'm coming back out there in the spring, so we'll have to coordinate something. We can go fight over some wretched books at Rick's Recycled or something like that. So things started out in Rochester, New York. I hung out with my brother and sister-in-law for a few days. I didn't do any book shopping specifically, but I did pay a visit to Millennium Games. Now, Millennium has been around for a long time. And a couple years ago, or at least within the last couple of years, they moved from one location to another and opened up a whole new, much larger shop. And I really wanted to check it out while I was there. First time there. This store is very impressive, to say the least. It is. It feels like a corporate game shop or retail space. Almost like a Barnes & Noble in some ways. Bright, beautifully designed and laid out. Clean, tidy, organized. Displays were great. Brightly lit. Did I say that already? Attentive staff. Big open gaming spaces. So if you're a gamer, you will absolutely love it for that. And I was very excited to see a copy of my most recent role playing game on the shelf, Pine Box Middle School. There's a picture of me holding the book, proud author. I asked them if they wanted me to sign it, and it's the first time I've ever actually uh, offered to sign something that I've written and have been told, well, potential buyers might think that somebody scribbled in the book. Can you just put it on like a post-it or something? So that was a little odd, I gotta say. However, I did sign a post-it. I mean, the glue on that thing's not going to last long. It's going to get flicked off and disappear within a few weeks. But if you do want to pick up a copy of my game, Pine Box Middle School for Savage Worlds, it is at Millennium Games in Rochester, New York, and there is a post-it inside that I did sign, so come and get it. Get it off the shelf there and bring it home. All right, so that was Millennium Games. Very cool space. If you play anything, any type of game whatsoever, board games, role playing games, miniatures games, if you build puzzles, kids games, you name it, they have it. Heck, they even had a whole section devoted to disc golf. So great store. I'll be back next time I go. I'm sure I'll pay them another visit. I also incidentally got to meet. I said got to meet. I met Matt Ryan. I'm going to name drop here. He is a cartographer with Chaosium, the company that produces the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. And he just happened to be in the store at the same time as me. So we met up. It's the first time we've ever met. We exchanged business cards. We had a really nice conversation. It was great to see him, and we're going to be in touch. So who knows? Maybe we'll collab on something. So that was Millennium Games. The only other things I did while I was there, for anybody familiar with the area, I went to Watkins Glen. I say the whole clan, the whole group, went to Watkins Glen. It's a gorgeous place. Gorgeous because it's gorgeous. Anyway, it's a great place to walk. Very magical, very beautiful. We went to a number of wineries in the Finger Lakes region. I say a number. We just went like three. And that was good fun. So then, my nose is itching. I don't know why. Anyway, it might be something to do. We just got some rain here in Southern California, which is quite odd. So maybe it's kicked off some pollen or something. All right. So then we drove to Erie, Pennsylvania, for my wife. For Comic-Con Erie. My wife was a special guest there, so she was there signing, photos and Funko Pops and posing for photos and all that kind of stuff. And while she was doing that, I was off shopping, and actually, I do have something. I do have some stuff here I can show you from the Comic-Con, so I'll show you that too in a second. But I did run a demo of my role-playing game Flash Gordon, The Savage World of Flash Gordon. That demo went really well. I had swag for participants. Everybody had a real nice time. So, two of the things I did pick up from Comic-Con Erie. Erie Comic-Con? No, Comic-Con Erie. And I talked about these in Chris's, Liminal Spaces Chris's live stream tonight. I was shocked that he actually showed one, the first issue of this. But there was a seller there who had the 2 issues. See if I can get a nice shot of that. Of The Haunt of Horror. And this is a digest-size magazine that was published in 1973. And it just is loaded with very familiar names. The one thing is, I don't know if you can see it, it is absolutely, focus, it is absolutely pristine. I'm trying to get a glare so you can see how clean this is. The edges are sharp. There's no breaks in the spine. There's no staining, nothing. Absolutely flawless copy. And this is the first issue, and you'll see that it has published by Stanley. It was published by Marvel. They did 2 volumes of this. But it's got, let's see, Conjure Wife, the first part of Conjure Wife by Fritz Leiber. They also have a Usurp the Night by Robert E. Howard. Harlan Ellison has Neon in here. A.A. Atanasio, that was it. Lou Garou, R.A. Lafferty's got something in here, Ramsey Campbell, Denny O'Neil, and of course it's fully beautifully illustrated. There's a lot of great stuff in here. Comics, they had access to all these terrific comic artists. That looks like Schwarzenegger in there. And so I got this one, Volume 1, which Chris did have. And I also got, Volume 2. Now, as I said, only 2 were produced. My understanding is that a third was laid out and ready to go, but they pulled the plug on it. It just wasn't selling like they had hoped. So again, this one is pristine. Well, I guess there's a little tiny minor ding in the corner. Very, very minor. Frank Kelly Free's cover. Look how awesome that is. A Denny O'Neil story. This has part 2 of Conjure Wife, so if you wanted to get Conjure Wife in another format, you can get these 2 volumes and you have them. Stuff in here by Ron Goulart, Anne McCaffrey, Lynn Carter, Arthur Byron Cover. Who else is in here? Another Harlan Ellison special feature, which I don't know what that is. What's really fun about these ones is they still have the the terrific Kent cigarette ads in there, full color. Collect them all. So anyway, I was very, very happy to get both of these volumes, these 2 books, from a seller. He had them marked a little high, but he made me a great offer, and I'm very happy to have them, and I did not pay a lot for them either, so those were 2 of my purchases from Comic-Con Erie. The other books that I picked up from Comic-Con Erie are in the box, as I mentioned before. In this box is coming back to me. And there was a writer there who had put together 3 volumes of books about game mastering. And I love collecting games, I love collecting books about role-playing games as well as role-playing games. So I picked up all 3 from him, hardcovers. I got his deluxe hardcover editions. Some kind of print-on-demand thing, I guess, but they're really, really pretty looking books. And yeah, I paid a little bit extra for them, but I like supporting authors and self-published authors. So I gave them a little extra scratch as I scratch my arm. And I got those books, and when I get them, I'll show them to you, just if you're curious. All right, while we were in Erie, Pennsylvania, we paid a visit to Books Galore. And if you've never heard of this store, it is definitely worth a visit if you're anywhere near Erie, Pennsylvania. I've never been there before. As a matter of fact, this was my first time in Erie, Pennsylvania. And this is a multi-leveled store that feels like it has been there forever. It is I don't know if it's an old storefront or what, or an old house, like probably an old business, like maybe an old corner grocery store or something from the 1950s or 40s or something. But every nook and cranny in this place is jam-packed with books. And it was fun. It was like I walked in there and I said, "Oh, can you tell me where the science fiction is?" She said, "Upstairs, and feel free to turn the lights on when you go up there." So it was like open, but nobody had been upstairs yet. So I flipped on all the lights when I got up there and explored the science fiction section, which was pretty extensive. There was a lot of stuff in there I could have walked away with. A lot of hardcovers, a lot of paperbacks, just shelves upon shelves upon shelves. But I knew that space was going to be limited. At the time, I wasn't even contemplating shipping stuff. So I was thinking, well, I'm going to squeeze stuff into the suitcase, or how are we going to deal with this? So I only walked away with 4 books. And I feel a little bad about that because I would have loved to have bought more. I certainly pulled more off the shelf and considered them. But in the end, I only got 4, and it was 4 DAWs. And I grabbed those 4 because I didn't have them already, and the condition was astoundingly good. 3 of them are in that box that's coming back to me. So I can only show you one because I had this with me on the plane and started reading it. And that's Clifford Simak's The Werewolf Principle. That's a really cool cover. Who did that one? Let me see. That's a Frias cover. Boy, lots of Frank Kelly Free's books covers in my collection right now. Yeah, number 471. So happy to have this in the collection. And again, you can see a bright, unbroken spine. It's in great shape. And I cannot for the life of me remember the other three. I posted a short video where I displayed the 4 books, which I shot in the hotel room. So if you track down that one, you can take a peek and see those 4 books. But I at least have the one here. And like I say, the other 3 will be here tomorrow. What else? What else? What else? I have no idea what that note... Oh, no, let's not talk about that yet. One thing I just wanted to mention. I was watching, as I say, Chris do his live stream tonight, and there were a lot of discussions about vampire books. And I know that there's currently some people are doing a read-along on a Skip Inspector vampire book, some 80s book. Cannot remember the name of that one. I'm sure someone will chime in. But it reminded me that I've got lots of vampire fiction in my collection. And I grabbed these 2 off the shelf because I don't know if anybody's ever seen these before. They may still be available. Just be aware of that, because I think they only came out in the last few years. But it's these collections here. Nosferatu Unbound, which has a foreword by Leslie Klinger. And it has... who are some of the authors in here? Nancy Holder, of course. There's some relation to Stoker in here. Not a lot of names leaping out at me, but again, I'm not really up on contemporary horror fiction, or like contemporary vampire fiction. But edited by Stephen Paulson and Christopher Sequeira. These are published, I think, in Australia. IFWG Publishing International. And I got these for cheap from a store called Dark Delicacies here in Burbank, California, that went out of business. And in those latter days, they had incredible sales, and I was able to snag these. They have some signatures inside. You can see that those are signed by the editors there. And then the other book I had, and these are loaded with short stories, so lots of good stuff to read. This one here, Dracula Unfanged, and again, same publisher, also has a foreword by Leslie Klinger, and lots of quite a few more authors that you might recognize in this one. We have Nancy Holder again, Ramsey Campbell, Christopher Fowler. Who else we got in here? I feel like there might have been some other ones. But anyway, lots of stories, lots of Dracula stories, lots of stuff that maybe I'll dive into these for October for just some Halloween reads. But yeah, you might want to track those ones down. Again, it's ifwgpublishing.com. Fingers crossed it still exists. But I just wanted to share those. Those are some kind of fun vampire collections. All right, I have 2 questions. 2 questions. Number 1, I've already answered. I have 1 question. My second question. So I am having to do some major reorganizing in my books. I currently have 40 something DAWs. Do I keep my DAWs separate in a big yellow wall of gloriousness? Or do I mix them in with the other authors' books? I really, really need some advice here, because it does look nice looking over there and seeing all those yellow spines, but it might also be a good idea to have everything together on the shelf with the author. So give that some thought. I'd love some feedback. I'm not going to really... I don't know if I'll set up a poll. Maybe I will. But either way, I'm organizing some books, and I'm on the fence about the DAWs, so give me some feedback on those. That is about it for now. This quick little check-in. I say quick, where are we at? I can't even see the time right now. I've probably been talking for like 15 minutes or so. That's going to be it for now, but I am going to be hitting some bookstores tomorrow, and then I will post a follow-up video this weekend. I won't be a stranger. I'll be around. So anyway, thank you all for revisiting and tuning in. And we got some cool stuff coming up very, very soon. So I will talk to you all later. Take care.